to hear. Drink a good deal of it, make a good meal of it, stick to your old-fashioned beer. Now don't be afraid of it, drink till you're made of it. Now all together a cheer.
Hello again, folks. It's Mark McDermott, your one-take beer reviewer, craft beer examiner, and the Beeronaut.com, wearing one of his many hats today. And today's beer is going to be a little special beer from my stash of stuff that I haven't tried before, because it will also be my 2700th rating on ratebeer.com, where I store my reviews as DRNK McDermott. So usually when you hit the 100 milestone, you get a little celebratory music, usually Beer Barrel Polka, but we'll find out what we get. Of course, yeah, I know, if you hit rating 666, you get some Metallica. Every time you get a number that ends in 420, you get something about marijuana, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, let's just give this a try right now. This is a special beer because it was one of the very first craft beers available commercially. It is the new Albion American Ale, which is been re-released this past year, recreated by Sam Adams Brewing Company. New Albion was started in 1976 in California by Jack McAuliffe. Lasted a few years, and of course just kind of didn't take off as well as it should have for being such a pioneer, but then that's just how things go. And now it's been brought back in a commemorative edition, and I believe they are releasing the recipe back to McAuliffe's family in the hopes that they will try to reestablish it permanently. Well, Jack is still around, I think, but he just got out of business and so forth. But so this is a American Pale Ale because it has a simple recipe: two-row barley. Cascade hops, because that's all you could get in 1976. So it is probably going to be a pretty simple beer, but it's the start of the whole revolution, we would say. In fact, there is almost no roast to the malt. It's probably just the basic your basic beer malt, that the same kind that went into Budweiser, Miller, and so on and so forth. Maybe a little bit more substantial in color, and we can see a steady stream of bubbles rising up here to kick up a nice, decent-sized head. And just a mild hoppy note to it. This has been kind of in the fridge for a couple months, so it is starting to oxidize, but we'll just kind of look past that, since that's my fault, not theirs. Whoa. It is still pretty hoppy. That's a nice surprise to find, especially when as I've said, I've let the beer kind of sit in the fridge, but at least it's kept cool. But it is just a solid dose of Cascade hops only. Very sharply bitter. Not as much flower or pine as you usually get with today's hop bills, because this was pretty much how it all started. And lighter malts than you might find in a more modern American Pale Ale like a Sierra Nevada, because again, this is just kind of what you had to go by, and it's a very nice beer. It still packs a nice punch, and I'm sure it was an incredible surprise to anyone who tried it for the first time in 1976 and so forth. And we will hope to see it come back again to store shelves, and we can all enjoy it and toast again to one of the pioneers of the craft brew movement, Jack McAuliffe, and his new Albion Pale Ale.
Now don't be afraid of it. Drink till you're made of it.
Hey everyone, well, just as a bonus, I've just entered my rating for the new Albion Pale Ale into my Rate Beer database. It is rating number 2700. I'm giving it a 3.7 out of 5.0 because it is a pretty darn tasty beer. So let's see if anything special happens. Add my rating. Your 2700th rating has been...
Hey, it's Rate Beer. Hey, dude. Congratulations.
Yeah. you just had another beer. Don't you love crazy shit like this?
Yes, it's quite cool.
I'm so happy.
Now don't be afraid of it. Drink till you're made of it. Now all together a cheer.